link. That should be the link.
Oh, and this jet.
How's it going? Is he talking to me? I don't know who he's talking to. Probably not me.
Yeah, stream good. Why does YouTube say, like, default video setting, and then when you click it, it's different?
No? I'm showing Ashton. Because the Google Meet screen share was like 10 FPS and like 360p. Or like 18p. 18 vertical pixels. So now the problem is, do you want me to do that exact same dungeon?
Oh, sure.
Alright. I'll do that. This might take, yeah, it'll take like 3 minutes for me to find a group because I'm a damage. And I don't have a healer.
Everybody's damage.
Yeah, everyone's damage, so there's no room. So, just so you know, you were doing about like, what, 2k DPS on the second boss that we fought?
The second one was the one that needed to be pulled.
No, that was the third boss.
Okay.
The second boss was the big dragon in the big area that we clicked the little flying people right after.
Yeah.
So that was your best fight. You did about 2k DPS there, just to calibrate. You can look down here to see damage done. The bottom right.
Where is down
screen.
here? Sorry. Oh, it's gonna take a minute.
My mouse. Yeah.
No, it's just there's a 10-second delay.
Yeah.
So, right now it's 8:57.
Yeah, that's the total one, and you can see my name right below that.
Ah, got you. Are you still trying to find a group?
I'm just waiting. We just gotta wait. I'm in the queue. Just wait.
Gotcha.
It'll pop up.
I wonder why Blizzard doesn't do more stuff to encourage healers.
They tried to. Well, it's healers and tanks. You need both a healer and a tank, and then 3 DPS. But there's way more than 3 times as many DPS as healers and tanks. The problem is that tanking isn't fun, healing isn't. Well, healing is fun for some people. Tanking isn't very fun for most people, because tanking is this weird combination of really easy and really hard. It's like there's nothing really hard for you to do as a tank, but as a baseline, tanking is the hardest thing to do.
Like, takes the most, like, thoughtfulness,
It's the most important role, I think, where if you're bad at if your tank is bad, then your dungeon run is gonna suck. If your heals are bad, it's hard, but it's doable, and if one of your damage is bad, you don't even fucking care. It doesn't matter. So like,
Gotcha.
It has the lowest floor, but also the lowest ceiling, whereas like, I guess maybe heals have the lowest ceiling, because like, for a healer, as long as your group isn't dying, it doesn't really matter how well you do. You can optimize a little bit on top of that and like do some damage in addition to healing. But that's like, I mean, it's a good thing to do, but it's not that important, because even if you do the best damage you can, you're only like 1/3 of a DPS. So it matters for like the tippity top tier of gaming, but not for most things. But tanking, you can play well as a tank and take less damage, and that's good, because it gives your healers more time to focus on the rest of your group or dealing damage themselves.
Right.
But as the damage has the lowest floor and the highest ceiling.
Right, yeah. Like you're about to show me.
Yeah. Well, I'm not particularly near the ceiling. I think pretty good. I have a good understanding of what I'm doing.
I mean, like, if you, like, what percentage more do you think somebody who was, I guess, what is the, Death Knight or whatever?
The highest DPS? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, the highest DPS really depends on the fight, like which fight you're talking about, and
Right. I'm just trying to get an
so
idea of like how high the damage ceiling is.
what for what? Okay. Um, so like, how much better would like the world's best fire mage do compared to me?
Yeah, I guess.
Uh, hard to say. I Looking at the Warcraft logs for the boss that we're currently trying to kill,
Yeah.
I have performed at about the 40th percentile, but that is only among groups. That is among groups that have killed it, and could be among groups that have killed it multiple times. So I'm not as geared as you could be. I'm very well geared, but not as geared as you could be. I'm missing a few
And 40th
pieces.
percentile, like, what difference in actual damage might that be?
For this fight, well, I guess actually now I'm doing better. Let me,
I'm just thinking, like,
oops.
for Formula One races, if you're like 40th percentile, then you're like, 500 milliseconds slower.
Yeah. It's a pretty big range.
Oh, okay.
It's not that close. Definitely not.
Yeah, I just wasn't
Definitely
sure
not
if
that
it was
close.
like super tight like that, and you're
No,
like, I
it's
mean, I'm
no. It's not like
half a percent damage behind the
no,
best.
no. It's not 0.5% damage. Fire mage, approximately. Let's see. The lower quartile is 7,200. The upper quartile is 8,200. The median is 7,700.
Okay, and I thought you were
Yeah, I'm about
close to 8.
81. Yeah, I'm about 81 now. I was calibrated before off the old legendary I was using. With the old legendary, I was at like 7,400.
Mm-hmm.
But now with this legendary, I'm doing like 8,100. So, among my item
Wow,
level,
that's a pretty decent jump from that
it is.
legendary.
Yeah, it's a big jump. Um, yeah, the legendary is really confusing and weird, but I have it moused over so you can see what it does. And based on my item level, we'll say that's my item level.
It'll get there eventually. You're not moused over anything on my screen yet.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, that one. Cast a Frostfire and a spending spell within 10 seconds of each other increases your the crit damage of all your spells by 20%.
20%. Yeah, oh, and I guess that lines up pretty well.
Yeah, it's 20% more damage during combustion, which is huge.
Right, yeah.
But it's weird and awkward to activate. I have this little thing above my big bar in the middle of my screen that will show
Uh-huh.
me like fire spells I've cast, frost spells I've cast in the last 10 seconds and how long I've done on each. You'll see it in a second. I just cast a few spells so you can see it pop up.
Oh, yeah, Fire, Frost, Arcane.
Yep. So that helps me keep track of which ones I need to cast. And you can keep that up
Yeah.
2/3 of the time, theoretically.
Really?
Well, yeah. It can only activate every 30 seconds, and it stays active for 20 seconds. So you have 10 seconds of downtime, and then you can activate it again.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But you just... And so what Frost spell did you go with?
Usually Frostbolt, but I need a target to do Frostbolt, so I can also hit Frost Nova. I could, I guess, hit Ice Block, but that's not really a good idea. Because I need Ice Block for other stuff. We're still just waiting for a group. I'm sure any group would be happy to have me.
Like, do you still need a tank? Or will you just be able to run the whole thing?
Oh, I'd be able to do it solo, easy.
No problem, okay.
Yeah, I'd have no problem soloing it. But the game doesn't know that. The game doesn't know that, like, I can fucking hard carry this dungeon.
How did people know what gear I had to be able to call me out
They
for
can look at you.
trolling?
They can look at you.
Okay.
Like, I can go over to this guy and look at his gear.
Yeah.
They also probably have an add-on similar to one I have that just tells you the gear score, the approximate gear of all the people in your group.
Gotcha.
And
so, like, yeah, what would the gear scores be comparatively? Like, what is your gear score?
My gear
And what is
score is like 225-ish, 224.8,
uh
and Mythic, Mythic Raid drops item level 226 pieces. So that means I'm basically fully geared out in Mythic gear, Mythic Raid gear.
at 224?
Yeah, pretty much. The only
And
things
so,
I
like,
don't have that are Mythic
what
Raid
was
gear.
the guy that you inspect? Like, inspect another guy. Just, like, pick a rando.
So this random guy is like 206. So he's like between normal raid and heroic raid.
Okay. Gotcha. And how much difference does those 18
It makes a huge
points out of
difference.
200 make?
I would probably
Okay.
double his damage on most fights. Else going on, I'll do about 6.4k DPS. And I would expect him, if he knows what he's doing, to do around 3.5-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Cool.
I'm not sure. I do like 3.5k on my monk. That is 206 item level.
Okay.
But yeah, when I say you're new, they're like, he's not new, he's fucking decked out in 226 gear.
Right, yeah. There's no
Yeah,
way
I mean,
he's
the character's not new. The player's new.
Like, this is my second hour of playing this game.
Yes. No, we played for like 2 or 3 hours before when we did the like intro thing.
Yeah? Is that how long? I
Yeah,
can remember.
took around like 2 hours, I would say.
Okay.
It is your first
So, yeah.
mission ever. It is your like 40th minute as a fire mage.
And my third hour of playtime
Playing.
total.
Yes. Hey, we got it.
Does not surprise me that somebody would not believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wonder how, like, my total game time exposure compares to any of those guys. Like,
way,
I've
way less.
probably played... Yeah, I've probably played, like, 100 hours of that kind of stuff total, maybe. Like, if you count my League stuff.
Yeah.
League of Legends.
League of Legends is very much not like this game.
Yeah, except I at least knew how to, like, run around and use keys that were mapped to stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. Wow, you using that thing that you said was good AoE.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of AoE targets, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's what...
That you should, right?
Yeah. So did you cancel that?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to specifically, so.
The incapacitated only got down to...
Oh, someone else interrupted it. I can't do anything while I'm incapacitated.
Okay.
So I'm holding Combust because I'm not sure if it's gonna be up for this boss. Because I want to just fucking blow up the boss. Let's see. The boss has 365k health. My Combusts do about 200k. So on my own, I would do about half the boss's health and damage, or over half the boss's health and damage.
Fantastic.
And I'm gonna fucking lust this boss too. I'm gonna fucking blow this
Lust?
boss up. Yeah. Everyone gets 30% haste.
Oh man. So is this is boss one?
Yep. This is the first boss. See my
Wow,
damage?
look how much faster you cast stuff.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It just, I swear it doesn't pop up on my screen that fast.
Look at my damage on the meters that I showed you.
That was 5.5?
I did 19k DPS in that fight.
Wow.
Because the fight was over before my combustion was finished. Or, my combustion
Wow.
finished like right as the fight was over.
That was a 12-second fight.
Pretty much, yeah. Bloodbone after 19 seconds. Because I had to start with my Frostbolt.
Ah. Oh, right, to do the extra.
But I'll skip back to Blightbone so you can just stare at it. So my thing while we're at the top of the stairs is showing the damage done for Blightbone.
Oh, what's that? Oh,
You'll see it.
nope.
You not see it?
Dude, there's so much shit on screen, I don't know which one I'm looking at. It's like, there's 7 bars right now.
Yeah, I know. I have lots of shit on the screen. But I know what I need to look at. So it works for me.
So are those, like, dead center? Or is that the cooldown for each spell?
Yeah, towards the bottom, those are my spells that have kind of a longer cooldown that I want to keep track of.
No. Wow. There's so much on screen. No, like, top center, like, right below your character. Pyroblast.
Oh, those
Scorch,
are...
Phoenix
That's my
Knight.
cast bar. That's showing me what I'm currently casting.
Okay, and that's the amount of time until it finishes
Yeah.
casting?
Yeah, until I can cast another spell pretty much.
Gotcha.
So I gotta damage. So I gotta know when I can cast another spell.
And so you're at 10k DPS right now? Is that what I'm reading right?
Somewhere around that.
Or you were?
Yeah, I mean it fluctuates all the time depending on what I'm doing.
Okay.
Face me, necromancer.
Well, it looks like there's a bunch of you.
Oh yeah, I cast a spell called Mirror Image that makes some clones of me. They do a little bit of damage, but they mostly stop things from hitting me. Things will kill the mirror images before they kill me.
That's nice. Polite. What was the hand thing?
I'm not sure.
The square that keeps coming up on screen? It's a big flaming hand.
I'm actually not sure what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, on the left.
Yeah,
That's
slight
my,
left.
Yeah, that's my notification that I can use Scorch on an enemy. So when an enemy is below 30% health, one of my spells will always crit.
Oh.
And so obviously that's pretty good to use.
Yeah.
With how Fire Mage works. So I have that
Right.
show when I can use that and a little bit before I can use that so I can know that it's coming up.
Hmm. Yeah. Like, hey, they're at
Yeah,
35%.
Yeah. I think I have it start showing at 35%. Just so that, like, the next spell I cast might be a Scorch, even if they're at, like, 31%, because they might be at 30% by the time Scorch finishes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Because they're taking damage from everybody.
Yeah, because everyone's taking them, and I have some damage over time stuff. All of my spells do,
Okay,
like,
so
2%
this
of
is
their
the,
damage.
the boss I did best on at
Yeah.
2K.
There's nothing you can do to stop us.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
No matter. My minions.
Well, I have breath.
My soldiers rise once more.
Your arrival proved timely, yet the battle
Nice.
rages on. We cannot rest until these invaders are purged from our skies.
So, the character is capable of doing approximately 13.4k on that
I
fight.
will lead the effort here, while my disciples bring you to the
That
necropolis.
that's not really accurate
Let us
because
end
it
this
ended so quick
atrocity.
that I was in combustion
Yeah.
basically the entire fight. You get the fucking... Where's the spell blade? Where's the thing? There it is. trying to give you that thing. My dude. Take it. Take it. Why? Alright, whatever. Whatever. He doesn't want it, it's fine.
He's like, dude, you're carrying the whole thing. Why are you wasting time? The amount of damage that you just do if you just do damage.
I'm trying to give him a thing. I don't need it.
I feel like I'm just a nice guy. Playing the game polite.
I'm being a communist. I have no reason to give him anything. He's not paying me. I still did a huge amount of damage in that hole.
It pops up so quick with like, they're below 30%, oh, they're dead.
Yep.
Never mind. No reason to use Scorch, everybody died.
Was she eating poop? That's the submit for inspection. Come here, submit for inspection. I've been told you were bad. Give me your face. Give me your face. Don't smell. No, your face smells fine.
Come, my assistant.
Checking for poo mouth.
Materials are in
She
need
likes
of
to eat poop
processing.
when it's cold out. At least she used to. It's disgusting.
Specifically when it's cold out.
Yeah. Extra so when it was cold out. I don't think she did it when it was warm. But maybe that was just a correlation with the phase.
Right. It's like I just wasn't in poo mood.
Faded. They're fucking a fade.
So you don't really use
Right. Try not
what
to
is Shift F?
those limbs whilst
Phoenix
you tear
Flames?
them
No, you
off.
only use Phoenix Flames during combustion.
Yeah. Does that mean you're targeted again?
Wow.
The thing on the floor that you're standing in?
No, the little blue thing on the floor, that's my rune of power.
Still, get to work
Ah.
and
You may have
don't
noticed that when you
fail
cast
me
Combust,
like
that
your
appeared.
predecessor.
Nope. I didn't.
It's a thing that shows up when you cast Combust. You do 40% bonus damage while it's there. While you're in it.
Wow. That's substantial.
I mean, it's all
Now,
balanced
after we
against
build those two
doing
from
fucking
scratch,
no damage most of the time.
can't wait to put your corpse
Right.
to you. I'll have you in stitches.
Yeah, no, this feels like a relatively peaky damage character if you do it right.
I must
And
Hugely bursty. Nope.
right.
Rip. That person fucked it up. See, that's why I said they have no patience, because, like, normal groups and people who don't know what they're doing fucking stuff all the time.
It was just because I saw my gear, man.
Oh, I'm awfully proud
Yep,
of
he's
this
fucked it up
sword.
again. Again, he doesn't know what he's doing.
I'll have you in stitches.
I wish I was a priest.
Oh,
Priests can
that
pull
one
other
was my
players
favorite.
to their location.
Oh, funny.
Come on. What do you... Oh, he's lagging. Okay. Well, rip. Rip the dream of a fast fight. Is that our healer?
Reserve your parts for
That is
later.
our healer. Lovely. Well,
Oh, I'm awfully proud
yep,
of this
our healer's
one.
dead. And no one knows what they're doing. Oh my god, you gotta hook the boss. I can't do it. I literally cannot do it.
That one was my
You just have to wait for everybody to die and then you can solo it.
Yeah, it's gonna be me and the tank.
proud of this
Oh my god, you actually know what you're doing.
I must
Shocking.
reserve your
Now
parts
get out of the
for
way.
later.
Alright, Dying is a way to get out of the way.
The one who made
Dying is a way to get out of the way.
Okay, I got this. There's no way that the boss is surviving.
Yeah,
Get it? Yeah.
get it. Nice.
yet.
One pull, all it took. So is it just you and the tank?
No, everyone else is coming back. Our monk is resurrecting them.
Okay. Can the monk resurrect themselves, or if the monk dies?
No.
If the monk dies, no more resurrections?
Yeah, but they can still release, and they'll just have to run back.
Oh, okay. It just
can't-
saves them. Why don't
Yeah.
you just kill the boss while everybody's...
I can't
So
quite
just-
combust the whole boss's health, and I might get selected for the ability.
The ability is...
The thing that grabbed you and put you down,
Oh.
that thing. And I don't know what happens if you're the only person when that exists. Alright.
Shall be
This tank knows what's up. He knows we don't need a healer. Why did you guys lust? I have a better lust.
They just pop up so fast when you're doing it.
There we go. I did it.
against
I did the thing.
God damn.
of our forces.
Did it even put anybody down?
No, we didn't get to that. We killed the boss too fast. Yeah, so there's that dungeon on normal mode.
Damn.
Do you want to see the normal mode version of the boss that we're currently stuck on?
Yeah.
Can't show you Mythic, and I've already done Heroic. And I don't feel like trying at all for Heroic. Let's get into let's find a group that's trying to do it. Sludge. Lady to Sludge. Stone Legion Generals. Oh, someone needs to be doing. I'll get rid of that. There we go. That Sludge Fist need heals. They'll take me anyway.
What, people that you know, or...
No, I have enough gear that people will be like, oh shit, and then take me.
Something like, deal. Got it.
See? I'm basically like, I will hard carry you. This is Heroic though, so I don't even remember what mechanic they have in Heroic that they don't have in Normal. But they'll summon me. Or you can wait a few minutes. Warlocks can summon people to their location as long as there are 3 party members there.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much knowledge that you're just supposed to have playing this game that there's no way to just acquire. Without
Wait, say that again?
There's so much knowledge that you're expected to have playing this game that you just like can't acquire without having someone tell you. There might
Really?
be some YouTube videos for it. If not, someone should make a YouTube video of just like random things you should know while before you start playing World of Warcraft somewhat seriously.
Like what?
That like warlocks are the ones that summon you. I don't know. I don't know. There's lots of stuff. Like Langley was slightly interested in trying to DPS on her shaman, and she asked me how to DPS, and I was like, I don't really know how to explain, but I'll try. So just like the super basics of how to be DPS, good DPS, how to be a good healer, how to be a good tank. Because like there's tons and tons of guides that are like, these are the talents you should pick, and you should like use this piece of equipment over this other piece of equipment. But there's nothing that's just like, how do you conduct yourself as a member of a raid and be productive? Yeah. So if you look at the time of the bosses, Blightbone was 19 seconds. Amarth the Harvester was 22 seconds. The last boss was 21 seconds, and then Stitch Flesh was 1:46.
Wait, that was from your last raid?
Yeah, from the last dungeon
Oh,
that I just
dungeon.
did. Yeah. All the
Damn.
bosses took like 20 seconds, except for the one that I literally couldn't do anything about. I
Oh,
just had to
yeah.
sit there and wait for
For everybody to die.
someone to figure out how to do the mechanic correctly.
Get out of the way. Well, dying is some way to get out of the way.
Yeah. Because the hunter managed to aim the thing at the guy, but then he was just standing there, and I was like, no, it's gonna hook you.
And then he died, and I was like,
And he died, and
okay.
I was like, oh great, nailed it.
Nailed
Still
it.
counts. Count it.
It did make me feel a little bit better.
When no one else knew that mechanic.
Right, when I was like, okay, those guys really did just expect a little much.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they were right to expect it from someone as geared as I am.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But
But you told them I was new.
yeah, I told you. Yeah, I told you. Or I told them, but they were like, no, he's not new. Look at his gear. And I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it's actually against the rules to have other people play on your account.
Mm.
So that's why I didn't tell them. Because I wasn't quite sure if it was against the rules. And I definitely don't want to
Right.
get this account banned.
Yeah.
And if I talked to Blizzard, I'd be like, hey, I was letting a friend try out the game to see if he was interested. He might become a paid subscriber.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's not that bad. But if they're just automated systems where like account sharing and ban hammer, that'd be bad.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the. Apparently we're not getting summons yet, so I'm just gonna make my own way over to the arena, and I'll show you the boss and give you an idea of what he does, so you can kind of follow along.
So wait, that just means that the warlock is
He's not at the dungeon.
why not?
Because he doesn't want to fucking run to the dungeon.
We must always
It's kind of your job as the warlock, though, to be at the dungeon. To be at the dungeons. But there are other people standing in front of the dungeon. This guy has a weird mount. Spider mount.
What about your mount?
This mount that this guy has. A mechanical spider. Jumping around.
Is he just jumping over and over again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we can zone in, because I did.
Zone in?
Yeah, other people have zoned in. The first person to zone in sets like the state of the raid. So if you don't zone in, if you zone in too early, then you can like fuck it up. Possibly. Unlikely to happen, but it could happen. So this is the boss. He's Sludge Fist. He's a big boy. He will chain players together, so I might get chained with a friend. And if I step too far away from my friend, we both die instantly. So we gotta
Oh,
remember.
you mentioned that.
Yeah. He's also gonna stomp on the ground. If his stomps hit any of these pillars, we're kind of fucked. We're not necessarily fucked because we might be able to do enough damage. but every minute or so, he's gonna get angry at the tanks and charge at them, and the tanks need to have him run into the pillar. And after he runs into the pillar, he takes double damage for like 10 seconds, and that's when we pop our load.
Gotcha.
And we have a minute before the pillars, and then a minute between each pillar, and then a minute after the last pillar. So we have like 5 minutes and 45 seconds to do the fight, approximately. But that
Um,
won't be a problem.
and when he stomps, if he stomps on the pillar, he breaks it.
Yeah, he breaks the pillar, and then if
And then
there's
you
one
can't.
less pillar we can have him charge into.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so not necessarily the end of the world, because we might not need all the pillars, but the tanks are in charge of making sure he doesn't stomp on the pillars, and it's usually not a problem.
Like he's about to stomp, and you just have to pull him away, or
Well,
you
you
have
just
to
keep
make
him
him
away.
stomp.
You just keep him away from the pillars pretty much all the time, and you're
Okay.
good.
Sure.
We're also doing this on heroic difficulty because I found one that was on heroic and not normal. So doing it on
Oh.
normal.
So like with you've got to try a little.
Yeah, a little bit, not that much. I don't even know what the mechanic. I don't know what the mechanic difference is on heroic versus normal. Let's see. Chain slam. Oh, chain slam. Yeah, sure. One of the 4 farthest people away from Sludge Fist will get targeted with chain slam, and it splits damage between people. And if there's, at least on Mythic, if there's not enough people in the thing, then
Somebody
he'll
gets hit twice.
no. If there's not enough people in the thing, he'll just charge immediately. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's only Mythic.
What? What's wrong with that though?
That gives you less time. And for us,
Oh.
so if he hits one of the walls when he charges,
Uh-huh.
everyone starts taking a huge dickload of damage, like 9k DPS.
If
And
he hits a wall.
yeah, if he charges into one of the walls, remember he charges.
Right. Yeah.
Um, then if he charges and hits a wall, then everyone starts taking 9k DPS for the rest of the fight. So that's basically the end of the fight. You're not going to heal through that. So you need to have, you have to have a certain amount of damage in order to finish the fight and kill him before that happens. And we had one pull that we got him to 1% while that was happening. So we were like this close.
Oh, so wait, when he charges into a pillar, does the pillar go away?
Yeah, the pillar goes away.
Oh, so you've got 4 pillars to charge into unless
Mhm.
he stomps, and then you've got fewer. And then after that, he's going to hit a wall.
Yep.
And then that starts the timer for.
Everyone being fucked, and you survive maybe 5 seconds after that at best. So
Wow.
he'll take double damage during that 5 seconds, but
Okay. It still counts as him running into something. It's just you all getting fucked real quick.
yeah. So we had a pull where he got to 1%.
Damn.
So you really got to get the time, like the timing is really critical. So
Yeah.
if he charges early, you don't have enough time to do the damage. Like maybe you would if you're really, really geared and you have a really good set of people. Then maybe, but pretty much no.
So what is the hold up? Waiting for more people?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we're waiting for. I never know what we're waiting for.
Who the fuck's in charge?
Emalfa from Area 52. This is parse time. Okay. I will win. I'm progging this fight.
You will win?
Yeah. People people try to get like big damages, do lots of damage to show up well on a website that tracks how well people do damage generally. So that's what they call parses.
What are the chances of somebody having higher DPS than you and
Pretty
okay.
low. Actually,
Okay.
not bad. There's a few warlocks here that are about as geared as I am, so they might actually outdamage me.
Okay.
Yeah, Affliction Warlock is a bit better than Fire Mage on this fight, generally speaking.
Gotcha.
And our balanced druids in our guild are terrible, because balanced druid is just a little bit worse than fire mage, but they are like way at the bottom of our group for damage, which is really annoying because we need more damage. If we had more damage, we would easily
Yeah, if you had
win this fight.
1% more damage.
Yeah, yeah, we would have finished this fight if we had had 1% more damage in that one
Yeah,
pull.
that one cool.
But we didn't. And that was
Yeah.
also a pull that I was still new with my new legendary, so I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Right. Yeah, because now do you think you could have done 1% more?
Not quite,
Okay.
but I could have definitely done more. I could have done
Yeah.
about 0.5% more.
Mm.
So, but like I'm pumping as hard as I can, and I'm pumping really, really well. I'm pumping at like 60th to 70th percentile, which
Right.
is really good. And I'm probably pumping at like 90th percentile for first kills, because a lot of those parses are groups that have killed it more than once and have gear from the following bosses, which is better than the gear from these
Right, yeah,
next
yeah.
bosses. They drop slightly higher item level gear, the next two bosses. So
Mm. Right, yeah. So they're just slightly more geared out than you.
yeah, for my item level, I'm pumping at like 80th percentile, 75th to 80th percentile looks like approximately.
Nice.
Doing about 8.1k. That's right at about 75th percentile. So we're hoping that I don't get selected by chains, because then my life is just a little bit easier.
Yeah, especially if you're stuck with somebody less than optimal.
It'll be fine. I mostly have to stand still. Uh,
Yeah,
on
but hopefully they don't run away.
yeah, on Mythic this fight is way harder. On Mythic, everybody gets chained to someone, no matter what.
Ah,
Unless you have an odd number of people, then one person doesn't get chained. So you have to have an even number of melee, because if a range gets chained to a melee, then the range's life is fucking cancer. Because melees can all use all their abilities while moving around, and range can't. So the fights are designed around melee having to move.
so will it auto chain melees to melees?
Yeah, unless there's not another melee to chain to, then it will do a melee and range together. But generally, yes, it will chain melees with melees, and it will always chain the two tanks together.
Ah,
On Mythic, and on this it
right.
will also do the same thing. It won't chain a ranged with a melee unless it doesn't have a choice, basically.
Right.
And also on Mythic, around the time that he stomps, you have to spread out, or else you get double hit by an ability that will do a ton of damage to you. And if you get triple hit by it, you are probably dead. And also, after he hits a pillar, then you have to have everyone in like four groups around the pillar to soak like a double phase thing. So it'll like knock off four boulders around the
Mm-hmm.
pillar, and then each of those boulders will split into two. And if any of those hit the ground without a player being in it, the whole raid dies instantly.
Really?
Yeah, so you have this two-phase soaking thing.
Oh man. And so I guess melee and tanks do all the soaking.
No, you have the melee, because you're also chained to people during that. So you have the melee group
Right. Of
soak
course.
one of the boulders, you have the tanks soak another boulder, and then you have the range split to two of the boulders.
Wow.
And you have to do that while pumping all your damage into the boss, because that's when he's vulnerable.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
So, I'll stream the fight for you tomorrow, because you'd probably be interested in checking it out.
Yeah. When is it happening?
9 p.m. Eastern
Okay.
time. So now I have stuff that I have to do before this fight,
5, 4, 3,
because this is
2.
what I do.
1.
Yeah. What is he doing?
I'm setting up to do damage at the beginning. Oh, someone's dead already.
Oh my god. So is he
Tank
just
died.
the
Oh,
tank
you're
died?
fucking idiot. Follow your fucking chain partner. If I don't have combust up, I'm gonna be so mad. Do a slam. Do this roar. Alright, do this. So I need to get combust up before the pillar happens. I have about 10 seconds to get combust up, which is not a lot of time, but it should be doable.
4, 3,
Approximately
2,
doable.
1.
There we go, I got that. So now we would be soaking boulders on pillar right now while I'm doing some big
5,
combust.
4, 3,
Gotcha.
2, 1.
Oh, and so you are chained with another.
I was chained with someone, yeah.
Yeah. But it was another range, so he just stood with you and it was fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to spread or anything in this difficulty, so no concerns at all.
Right. And so he just focuses the tank, is that right?
Yeah, he's just gonna beat up on the tank. He has a mechanic where he hits the person next to his active target in addition to his active target. So the tanks have to stand on top of each other, or else someone else is gonna get fucking punched in the face by the boss.
Yeah.
No one else except tanks can handle getting punched by bosses. Maybe they can take one hit, but not more than that.
Yeah.
5, 4,
It makes your healer really upset.
The healers can't deal with it. Yeah, so we have
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we have a Warlock that's doing really well. You can see that he's competitive with me on damage.
What's his name?
Icarus. He's at the top of the damage meters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's funny when you look at some people and they're like 1K, and I'm like, I bet you're a healer.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna be in this.
Be in it?
Yeah. Because that thing can, the chain slam, the big red thing that you might see me in about right now.
Yeah.
If my partner's in that and I'm not,
5,
then they're gonna get taken away from me,
3,
and
2,
I'm not gonna die because I have a cheat death, but they're probably gonna die.
So you have to go in it too to keep them alive.
Yeah.
5, 4,
Oh, so that was the tank running behind the pillar so that...
To make sure the boss actually hit the pillar. So I hope a lot of these people appreciate getting carried by me and some of these other guys. Oh, the tanks are dead.
That's not good.
Yeah, we still might be okay though. We can have the boss run around, maybe for 3 million damage. I don't know if it's quite for 3 million damage.
How's the tank back?
Nope. I am now the target.
Oh, which means you've got to get him to hit the pillar?
No, it means I was getting fucking punched in the face.
I thought you couldn't move and,
5,
Move and cast?
4,
yeah.
As I said, I can move and cast Scorch.
1.
Specifically that spell. Well, they might actually do it. Obviously this is not how the fight's supposed to go,
4,
but
3, 2, 1.
unfair if this is how it's supposed to go. Because I'm unfairly put down the amount of damage.
So happy.
Okay, good, we didn't kill it. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
I get to actually...
Which boss is it?
I don't get unfairly put lower down on the damage than I deserve
Oh, for...
for being dead.
Right.
Obviously, I can't do any damage when I'm dead. look at these deaths. He got meleeed and hit with Giant Fist. The other tank wasn't close enough. And then he got hit with melee and Giant Fist again, so the other tank wasn't close enough.
Oh, so the tanks weren't on top of each other.
No, the tanks need to be basically on top of each other. Not exactly, it's like 5 yards maybe, but
Yeah, it just needs to be the next closest.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
not the next closest. It needs to be like 5 yards. So it'll be the closest as long as someone's in 5 yards, and if not, it will double hit the main target, which tanks cannot handle. One tank cannot
Oh.
handle.
Gotcha. So it needs to be 5 yards because if it's further away, then one tank gets double hit, and that's
Yep.
also
Yep.
bad.
So it needs to be within 5 yards and the closest player, because if there's like, if the tanks are standing on top of each other and there's like a rogue standing somewhat nearby, it's still gonna hit the 2 tanks and not the rogue.
Okay.
But if one of the tanks goes away and the rogue is now within 5 yards, then it'll hit the rogue and fucking one-shot the rogue.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole like bosses can one-shot you thing. Like, man, that is
If
hard.
you get threat, bosses will one-shot you, but you don't get threat. That basically doesn't happen. Like, it never happens. Literally ever. Like, your tank can be hot garbage and you won't get threat. In a raid. In dungeons you might. But in a raid, no.
Why is that? What's the difference between dungeons and
Dungeons, there's just so many mobs to manage, so many enemies, that the tank might just not have enough threat on one that you're like hard focusing, because their AoE abilities don't do as much damage as their single target
Gotcha.
abilities, so they
Yeah.
might not have just single target hit it enough. So. So we're gonna do the fight again, as I'm very familiar with. I have, let's see, this told me how many wipes I have on this boss. Only 2 wipes on this boss. I have 130 wipes on Mythic Sludgefist, maybe? We've been doing this for
Damn.
about 3 weeks now.
Yeah, and I remember when you first mentioned it. I guess I can't remember if when you mentioned the mechanics it was because you knew that you guys were going to be doing it next, or if you had already started.
Yeah. I mean, it took us a while to get used to the soaking and being next to people and stuff like that. So we expected that, and that took a while for people to get used to. It took a lot of time for people to fucking learn how our strategy works, because there were a lot of people going to the wrong group. As I said, ranged splits groups that they're soaking in, and people would just go to the wrong group, and there'd be no one in the right group, and I'd be like, I want to go to the right group, and they're like, nope, I'm just standing here, so I can't take them. The chain is gonna snap, and they're not paying attention, and people
Right.
don't like paranoidally watch their partner. When I'm chained with someone, I'm just like, my eyes are on them, watching what they're doing, and I like
Right, making sure they're not about to kill you.
yeah, making sure
for
they don't
themselves.
start running in some direction that I have to follow, or else our chain's gonna snap.
Right.
'Cause even though
And
it's their
like
fault,
nobody
I'm
else
still
seems
dead.
to care.
So many people don't. Like we have a lot of players in our raid that are never a problem, that like never cause wipes, and I'll put myself in that group. I cause wipes, maybe 1 wipe a night, usually not even.
Mhm.
Usually somewhere around
5,
1 wipe
4,
every
3,
3 or 4
2.
raid nights.
1.
And even then, it's arguably not really my fault.
Right, yeah. It's like you could have done better, but other
It's
people
like
also
maybe I could have done something, but the other person was being very confusing to work with,
Right.
so I wasn't quite sure what was going on. See, now right there, that guy ran off to the left, and I ran forward.
And you didn't die.
Yeah, I didn't die because and I just fucking died there because he didn't back up like you're fucking supposed to. Asshole.
Oh, he stayed.
He stayed when we got pulled in and I backed up like you're supposed to. And he stayed. And then I got shouted and he like fucking ran forward.
4, 3,
So he
2,
just got me
1.
killed.
Yep. Yeah, especially when you're playing with just whoever,
5,
like
4,
instead of your group.
3, 2,
Yep.
1.
No fair.
I'll wait until this fight's over, but I'm not doing another fight with this group.
Hmm.
I showed you the fight.
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Like, it's a good insight into what World of Warcraft is.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more intense on Mythic. I can actually, if you look on my channel for the YouTube stream, you can see one of my older fights. You can see my raid from Monday, I think. Let me see if I can find the one where we got into
5,
like 1% older.
3, 2, 1.
Might be able to find that one.
Wow, I'm gonna subscribe to you, Shelby.
Okay. Well, you can click the bell and give me that YouTube
5,
engagement points
4,
because I
3,
totally care.
2, 1.
I
Yeah,
totally
now
don't
you've
just
got
stream
them.
for Langley to watch.
Now look at, you've got 2 subscribers, man. You're on the up and up. You doubled your subscribers tonight. That's incredible.
Like, the biggest healing challenge we have is
I
pillar.
actually had a
There's 3.
reasonable success doing StarCraft commentary. I was getting like 1,000 to 2,000
Oh,
views
yeah?
a video. Yeah.
Cool.
That was back in college when I played StarCraft a lot. I was okay at StarCraft.
Yeah.
I got to mid-diamond when that was the top you could be. Well, diamond was the top you could be. Obviously, you could be top tier diamond.
Yeah.
Let me look for...
Yeah, which one of these is it?
I'm gonna send you a link with exactly
5, 4, 3, 2.
with exactly the pull, and we can watch the pull together.
Okay, cool.
Obviously, you get to
5,
watch it from my point of
4,
view,
3,
and you get to hear our commentary.
1.
Hi, Vesta. But I need to find the report and then find when the pull was in the report, and then correlate that with the time that I see on my clock in the YouTube video to get when the YouTube video should start. So that was our good one at 11:20 p.m. I guess it ended at 11:20 p.m. and this one's there, so let's jump about 20-ish minutes forward and see if that was 15%,
Around
so
the
I guess
pull.
it started there. Let's see if this is the good pull. Yeah, let me see if you have a good... Now you have a better view. They might actually do it this time. Maybe, maybe not. I don't
5,
remember if this is
4,
One more pair.
3, 2,
Give me another pair.
1.
No, that just started.
Think out of position or...
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not
So happy.
5, 4, 3.
Oh, it gives you the on-screen
1.
countdown of when he's gonna charge.
Yeah, I have an add-on that does that.
Harder than head.
It's nice.
They're probably not gonna get it. They could have gotten it. Obviously, they can always get it. They can always get it. This boss is defeatable.
Yeah.
Wash your face.
Let's see. All right, let's correlate it with how the previous pull went. The previous pull was pretty bad.
Crush you.
So,
Now.
let's see, we start at 9:22, so it should be at around 11:20 actually. It should be about an hour after that. It's our good pull. Mirror?
Stop
5,
stopping
4,
time.
Maybe I just skipped
3.
over it.
2, 1.
56%.
Black
That's
now.
not. I guess our previous poll shouldn't have been 56%. That was
5,
after
4,
2 minutes
3,
49 seconds,
2,
2 minutes 50. So
1.
we have one there. So that's 11.5. That one claims to be. That's it. Fucking 20. What are
Did you
talking
send me
about?
the
No, I
link?
didn't send you the link yet.
Sounds so sweet
This
to
might be the
squish
poll.
you with my feet.
I gotta leave this group so they don't think that. So they can find more people if they want to.
Hmm.